Hi everyone. I chose Tracy Delaney, Dr. Tracey Delaney, as the person I was going to look into. Why I chose Tracy Delaney: number one, she works for the Public Health Institute. So what better place where we can learn about hundreds of projects that are going on in public health. Why I chose specifically her: she has a lot of experience directing the Healthy Places Initiative, working as a director of the Public Health Alliance of Southern California, and that project supports about 50% of the health of Southern California, of the Southern California population. So, wow. Um, did I mention she directs the Healthy Places Index as well? So it's kind of just fun. The questions I had for her would be: how does the ARC framework build in long-term sustainability beyond initial funding or pilot project phase? How does ARC balance immediate needs, i.e. access to clean water or cooling centers, with long-term goals like climate resilience and land restoration? What are the biggest barriers to integrating physical activity promotion into traditional land use and zoning discussions? And how has ARC worked to overcome them? How does ARC strengthen or organize local partnerships, i.e. planning departments, schools, parks, to co-create environments that promote physical activity and health equity? How does ARC ensure that improvements to walkability and access to open space are equitable and do not lead to displacement or gentrification? I'm really interested in that one. And how does the ARC project meet the community's needs in terms of direct/indirect physical activity? And then and I'll repeat the question again and then kind of go into each one. So, one, building long-term sustainability beyond initial funding. So ARC does four things. Does capacity building, so it trains local leaders and organizations to carry forward resilience strategies independently. So there's no need anymore for the original ARC program when it's built into their everyday lives. Policy integration. They embedded successful pilot practices into municipal ordinances and development plans. So that really sounds promising. The cross-sector alignment, coordinating health, planning, and environmental agencies to institutionalize resilience and standard operations. So I guess I was ignorant in the fact that, okay, these health, these planning industries and these environmental agencies weren't talking about what they could do to make physical activity more of a commonplace. So yeah. And then community ownership, engaging residents in planning and implementation to ensure projects reflect local priorities and gain long-term support through things like town halls, emailing out. The town hall is coming up. The questions for the town hall, maybe some answers for some common questions. Balancing immediate needs and long-term needs. So ARC does a dual task approach that addresses urgent cares while preparing the community for future risks. So immediate needs, they do provide clean water access. They do provide cooling centers during extreme heat events. and safe community gathering spaces, but they're also investing in green infrastructure, land restoration, and adaptive strategies to help mitigate the climate impacts while improving public health. And then the overcoming barriers to physical activity, integration into land use and zoning. Big task. So ARC recognizes several challenges. The siloed decision making. I was just talking about this in a building long-term sustainability beyond initial funding, how they have worked with the health departments, the planning people, the environmental agencies. They're doing kind of the same thing here. There's siloed decision making, so health and planning sectors often work independently. So we need some transparency between them too. They're outdated zoning codes. This could be from the just times lost, and so we need to update the zoning codes every 25, 50 years, because many prioritize automobile infrastructure over pedestrian and cycling access, and the cycling and pedestrian access has been kind of gaining steam for, 10 years, 15 years. So there's also the resource constraints. So smaller municipalities lack staffing and funding to implement change. So here's what ARC does as a response to all that. So they promote the Health in All Policies framework within local planning processes. And the Health in All Policies is a I'm blanking. It is a transparency between all the people that, or all of the agencies that help tackle an issue. Providing technical assistance and model zoning codes emphasizing mixed-use development and active transportation infrastructure. Great. Facilitating community-driven designs to ensure projects align with local needs. So they're going to the community leaders. They might not even be elected leaders, but yes, good. Strengthening local partnerships for health equity. ARC fosters partnerships that will co-create healthy environments by convening stakeholders. They bring together the planning departments, schools, parks, community organizations, lets them all speak about their own issues and then try and come to a solution together. The joint initiatives, so developing safe routes to schools and connecting neighborhoods to trail systems. Growing up in Maryland and in Rockville, Maryland, which is fairly walkable, I was just ignorant. I thought, okay, well, everything looks good back where I'm from. Isn't this imprint just copy and paste it? No. The shared funding model, so they encourage collaboration through joint grant application and cost analysis or cost sharing mechanisms. And then community engagement. They're huge on community engagement, and I think that is key. So they center resident voices to ensure solutions are equitable and culturally relevant. So I think what I'm kind of getting away from, at least the community aspect, is that they're really pushing for not only a change, but the correct change. Ensure equity in walkability and open space environments to prevent displacement and gentrification. I was very interested in this one. So they prioritize underdeserved communities. They target investments where access to green space and safe walking environments is limited. I think that is key. So many places seem to have too much money, resources, and there's no need for that. Implements the anti-displacement measures. So they support community land trusts, affordable housing, and equity-focused development agreements. Conducts equity impact assessments to anticipate and mitigate unintended consequences. I think that is key. I think that looking to the future and trying to prepare yourself from the areas that could be under a lot of pressure in the future and building that area up. They promote local economic opportunities, ensuring that revitalization benefits existing residents. I love that. Love it. I can see that happening in like farmers markets and to some aspect stores. But the farmers markets would be huge. Meeting community needs for physical activity. So ARC addresses physical activity both through indirect and direct strategies. The direct strategies would be funding trails, playgrounds, bike lanes, and parks to create accessible opportunities for active living. Indirect opportunities, enhancing walkability, transit access, and land use policies that encourage daily movement. And I think what they're doing through the direct promotion will indirectly enhance the walkability, the transit access, all that. So funding trails, playgrounds, bike lanes, while that is a let's say low-cost solution, the indirect promotion is, okay, now that we have those trails, generations can use them. Now that we have this transit access, okay, this is open to everyone. And I think that's really cool. They support community programs, so with initiatives such as walking groups, after-school recreation, and outdoor fitness events, ensure sustained engagement. I was in an after-school recreation program for 8 years, and I think they're amazing. Yeah.